Hello, it is Thursday, right? Yes, it is. Thursday, the 11th of December, and happy holidays. We are moving forward continuously with our little scene, and for those of you who are new to my channel, I am creating a film, a short film, and I'm working on that film in real time here. And so I'm taking you with me and basically working on the film, and I'm doing the work in real time so that you can see it. And if you feel that it's helpful to you as an animator and you want to, you know, benefit from seeing someone do animation in real time, I'm your guy. You'll need to go back and for those of you who are new, you go back and look at previous videos that I have done to see where I'm at. I haven't exactly come up with the best system, and I apologize for knowing which was first, which was second. So I apologize for that. That's my bad. I'm going to have to work on that with previous or with upcoming things. But I think you'll probably get a sense of it if you're following me, just from the dates on these things, which ones were first, and so on and so forth. Um, so yeah, I mean, I probably should, put a number on these things. I hadn't really done that before. I do classify them in my library. There are, I believe at this point, I forget exactly how many. I think there's about, if I'm not correct, I believe there's close to 100 um, Let's Animate image or videos. Now, all of them don't work directly on this particular project. I believe so far, I believe there's been at least 2 or 3 projects that have been done under this title. This one is the most recent one. So, when I catalog this one, I'll probably go back and look to see what number this was. But I guess in the future, maybe what I need to start doing is, putting a number, like on this particular scene. Once it's done, then, I go on to the next scene. And there will be several scenes within this short film. So, anyways, I'm saying that just for folks who are interested. Once again, I mean, and also to the way I'm doing this, I know might seem a little unorthodox because normally people click onto a video and and the video is shot in a time lapse format so that you can see a person working over several hours on something, and then you can kind of decipher it from there. This method is different because it's real time, but I think it's actually better because you can actually literally see something being done and understand the steps a lot better. And also, I provide, as I've said before, the commentary. If you had a question or you were curious about something that I was doing in any particular video, you can ask the question. I can check your comment, and then I can respond to that. So, all right. So, anyways, we've got Nora here. Nora is the character in this, and she's bringing up this block that's she's gonna set over here. So, I've done the in-betweens up to 7 here. The next drawing is 11. So we're going to add a drawing in between here and here. So that'll be a blank drawing in there. And that's going to be drawing number 9. So this will be drawing number 9, which technically is a breakdown. Remember that every time you do an initial in-between between any 2 positions, usually that drawing is going to be called a breakdown. Let's see. Usually that's what it's going to be called. You follow with the onion skin, you can kind of get a sort of a rough sense. What you want to do is you're looking to put kind of a rough, just very lightly put a rough line where you kind of think the in-between might be. Okay. And then you can kind of, what you want to do is you want to flip back and forth, you see, to see if the position that you've placed your rough in-between is pretty much right. And it looks like we've got it pretty much in the right spot here. So what you want to do there then is once you think you've kind of got it right. So I usually do the construction lines first, like with her eyes. I put the nose construction line, which goes from top of the head to the bottom, and the eye line, which goes from side of the face to the other side. I do that first, and then I put the eyes on the eye line, the mouth on the mouth line, the nose where it goes, and then I roll the drawings to see if it's in the right spot. And that is the thing you do the most in animation, is you roll those drawings. Back in the day when we were doing all of our animation on paper, the way that that was done was you drew the drawing that you were drawing with whichever hand that you draw with, and you did your in-betweens and your breakdowns, and you flipped the drawings with your other hand. So if you were left-handed, you rolled the drawings with your right hand, and you drew with your left hand. If you were right-handed, you drew with your right hand, and you flipped with your left hand. Okay, and that way you could see the action developing slowly. So you see how I see I'm rolling these drawings backwards and forwards to see, is that position correct? That looks pretty good. So the head, of course, is the most important thing. You want to get that first. Now, she's coming across with the box, so we'll do a rough position for the box, which should be, it's halfway, so it's going to be roughly here somewhere. And you sketch it, you know. Just very roughly, this position of the hand. All right, let's roll that. Yeah. So that's not bad. You can see that that's kind of where you want it to be. Very good. All right, so yeah, that's not bad. That's pretty good. So what I can do here, I'm just going to kind of soften this rough drawing. Then I'm going to go back to my brush here, but I'll go down to here and I will pick the straight line so that I can put a line edge on the box, on the block. Let's see. I'm not cleaning this up really, I'm just putting a straight line on it because I want to define this a little more. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah. You see why the rolling, you see you want to roll these drawings back and forth. It helps you to see, are you moving in that arc? You know, you look for a path for your characters to move on that path. And that's defines whether or not you've got this in the right place. Meticulous work is appreciated in the long run. The amount of effort that you have to put in to your work, to your animation, is gonna always be it's going to be the thing that you're going to be happy you did later on. You're going to be happy that you worked hard. You're going to be happy that you put in the effort. Yeah, you will be. And I'll be honest with you, I've been doing this for many, 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 many years. And I'll be the first one to tell you that the anxiousness that I sometimes have had to um, get something done. There have been times that I just wish, I just want to I just want to finish it. I just want to get it done. Um, but the cutting the corners and all of that, it's fine and it's understandable and it's not a bad thing to do to cut corners. But I can honestly, honestly tell you that when you put in the work, if you're willing to do what's necessary to get it done and have it look good, it is not time wasted. It just isn't. If you do a good job, it's just the reason that we've loved the old Disney cartoons so much is that these people that made these old cartoons put in the work. The love is up there on the screen. It's up there, and there's just no substitute for that. There is no substitute for that. For the hard work and the blood, sweat, and tears, or whatever you want to call it. That's why we like the classics. That's why you can watch Snow White today and go, my goodness. That's why you can watch Pinocchio today and just go, man, wow, wow. Because these people, God bless them, were willing to put in the work. They were willing to work hard. They were willing to put in the work. I'm going to plug some people's work. I'm going to plug, I've said this already about Aaron Blaise. Please go on YouTube and take a look at Aaron Blaise's Snow Bear. Gorgeous, okay? And there's an example exactly of what I'm talking about. Snow Bear is gorgeous because Aaron was willing to put in the work. He was willing to work hard. For 3 years, he did that. And I'm guessing he did it pretty much by himself. There was a lot of credits on the thing. Maybe he had some help. But whatever the case, he put in the work. And that's why we'll appreciate that film if it wins, and I hope it does. That's why. you know, why do we like Glenn Keane's animation? Why? Because he put in the work. You look at Ariel in Little Mermaid. You look at the bear fight in Fox and the Hound. You look at the eagle character in Rescuers Down Under. You look at the Beast in Beauty and the Beast. That's why we like what Glenn Keane does, because he put in the work, and he's not the only one. All of us who have been willing to put in hard work on anything we've done, it's up on the screen, and it stands the test of time. So, Richard Williams, as I've said, was one of my mentors, and God bless him, one of the finest animators, in my opinion, that ever walked God's green earth. As far as I'm concerned, Richard Williams could have been one of the 9 old men in my mind. And I'm not kidding. Yeah. So anyway. All right, I'm done preaching right now. But I think, it's what I'm saying. It's putting in the work. So you put in the work, whatever that means. Yeah, it may take you a little longer. And this is the thing that the studio heads and the people who do the animation Uh, this is where this is where the rubber meets the road. You know, we understand that these things take a lot of time, and I know they understand it too. But when at the end of the day, they're always going to be caring more about budget and all, and somebody's got to care about that stuff. So don't get me wrong. Walt Disney had to get Snow White done. He had to get Snow White done, right? So he did what he had to do to get it done, and everybody worked hard to get it done. So that part's important, but it's not more important than the product itself. You're trying to make something and give it some quality. So, yeah. All right. So let's see. So I'm going to put a drawing here between nine. Let's see. This is 11 to 17. So our first drawing on the chart here is 13, which is going to be a breakdown. So we'll add a drawing after here, and we're going to call this 13, which is a breakdown drawing. So now, see, now we're coming into, we're kind of slowing down the action here. So between here, there's your 13, and then there. Now we might be able to use the drawing we're going to. So let's try that. We'll grab this head here, and we'll copy it, go backwards, and paste it. And then let's see if we can get it in the in-between position here. See if it'll work. Yeah. Now let's try rolling that. Yeah, that does work. Okay. Yeah, okay. Good. All right. Well, we pulled it off. All right, so that worked. Sometimes, when the drawings start to get close together, a lot of times you'll find that you can use a drawing, or you can trace a drawing that you already have, and that will suffice. There we go. All right, so that's good because the head, now let's see if we're following through on the hair. How we doing? Yeah, that's good. All right. So now on the box, let's see. Well, you can see it's starting to move, so I would say we probably gotta get it. So you could draw like a little sweeping line here to show the box moving up into that position. So you could do something like this, just for the box to see if it, and then you could roll the drawing, see if it fits. Oh yeah, there we go. Okay, good. Yeah, see, so it's in the right place. All right, so now that we got that, when I drew those lines, you see that's like a path of action. It's a path on which that box is traveling. Yeah. Let's see. So knock the lines down just a little bit. Go back to the brush, and we get our straight line. So we can solidify that a little more. We'll use the straight line too when we do the cleanup, but we won't do the cleanup we'll do the cleanup with a solid line, not with a sketchy line. Okay, let's go back. Okay, so let's see. Let's indicate the hand is roughly going to be here and here. Let's see. So let's roll it. Yeah. That's pretty good. Yeah. Good. All right. So it looks like we got the hands pretty much in the right place, or at least the positioning on the box looks good. So, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you're constantly making adjustments. Okay, so now on the let's see, is that, let's see here. Yeah, that looks pretty good. All right, so now on her feet, on her legs, so it looks like this leg is coming up. Yeah, and yeah, so then that looks like that's sliding over. I guess we can trace this back. It looks like that's just, well, actually, technically, that would be her foot's kind of sliding out, I think, into that position. I think that's what's happening, yeah. So let's try. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's kind of sliding into that position. That's right. Okay, good. You see how you can see how rolling the drawings was starts to identify what the action is. Because see, as she moved the box across, we couldn't see what her legs were doing underneath until we rolled the drawings to see how is that foot and knee and stuff coming up. And those are the things that, if you're being lazy, you might not draw them correctly, or you fudge your way through it. Yeah. Okay. There we go. Good. Yeah, see, there we go. It looks like there was some in-betweens back there that I missed. Oh, I missed an in-between. Oh, how did I miss that? All right, we'll have to go back and get that. I missed, that was drawing, what was that? Oh, drawing number 3. I didn't do it. Oh, well. That's okay. We'll get it. I got the head done, but it looks like I didn't do the body. Okay. All right. Let's see. That's the smoothness to it. Good. Okay. All right. Let's see. That was 13. Okay. Well, I think we'll stop here. Yeah, we're at 23 minutes. Okay, we'll stop here. All right, folks. Well, hey, so we're moving along nicely. Okay. Carry on, folks. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Yeah. Okay. So don't forget to thank God for your talents. Okay. I'll see you tomorrow. Same bat time, same bat channel.